The third word. Woman, here is your son. Behold, here is your mother. A word of care, a word of concern. But when is this? 2 days ago, I had this situation. I used to work in a place called as Raghavapuram, which is 60 kilometers away from here. And I got a call from there that one of the church members have lost their child of 7-year-old. And as soon as I went there, the mother was crying. Her cry was so inconsolable, she couldn't stop her tears. And she was crying, and as soon as she saw me, she said, "The son who never wanted to see me in tears is now making me to cry." I hope you understand the pain that a mother has when she lost her very own child. At the same time, yesterday we had confirmations, and some of the mothers were very, very proud to see their children getting confirmed, being added into the church as whole members. The pride their eyes have shown yesterday. They were very happy. The whole world to them is their children, and they are very happy that their child got confirmed. They are blessed by the grace of God. And now the word here is, "Woman, here is your son, and behold, here is your mother." This is probably most understood at the same time misunderstood. I know this is an oxymoron, but still understood at the same time most misunderstood. How it is understood is, the word used for this is dag. Dag, that is a Hebrew word, and merimna, that is a Greek word. The word dag is used in Old Testament in first book of Samuel, chapter 10, verse 2, which means to take care. And the word, another word, nasa, Hebrew word, which means how God carried Israelites out of Egypt. The love that God had towards his children as his very own children, bringing them out of bondage. And the word merimna, which I said, the Greek word for care. These are all words for care. They all mean to say care. The merimna is used to denote caring for someone or something to the point of worrying, means at the time of death. Another word, melo, which also means the same, this says to be an object of care, to be an object of care, to revere and honor. We know that the Decalogue, one of the commandments in the Decalogue says, "Honor your mother and your father." Christ, in his excruciating pain, at the time of his death, at the very last words of his life, he is not resembling his pain, he is not showing out his pain, but is giving his filial love towards his mother. And some scholars write like this. They say that this is like a testamentary disposition, which means at the time of death, people will write a will. I am giving all my precious objects to someone else. That is a will, that is a testamentary disposition. Jesus is given a chance on the cross. The Romans have this testamentary disposition, even for some thief, even for some scoundrel, even for someone who is being harshly hung on the cross, but still he is given a chance to give out of his property to someone whom belongs to him. Now Jesus is not having any property. If you see the above verses, John chapter 19, verses 24 and 25, we see his robes are being scattered. They're casting a lot on his robes. He's not even having his own robes. How can he have a property? The very own property he has is his mother. The physical property that Christ has. And he is not crying. He is not worrying for his mother because there is a disciple who was very closest to his breast. Michelangelo, when he was depicting this the Last Supper, you can see a very young person, like a girl, looking close to God. And someone had misinterpreted this like there is a girl in Jesus' life, this can be his wife. I'm very sorry, this is John himself depicted to be very young. And this very young disciple is close to Lord. Not because he is brother of Jesus, not because he is having relation with Jesus, but he is having this very close association because he is the very person who is with Jesus when he was praying in Gethsemane. He is the very person who is at the feet of cross. Rest all disciples scattered away. That is the love of John. And because of this closest relationship, we see in John chapter 1, he says, only if you have closest relationship with Jesus, you can see the Father. And you cannot see the Father unless and until you have that closest relationship. And hence, John has been gifted the gift of revelation. Entire revelation has been given to John because of this. And also, alongside with this, he is given a beautiful gift. He is taking the place of Jesus. He is replacing Jesus. He is replacing Jesus' role as a son. And he is having Mary as mother. And the very misunderstood part here is your mother is written on all Roman Catholic Church, which depicts Mary to be a god. But it is not so, because even Mary had this revelation. The very revelation which John gave is not for him alone, not for the believers alone, for the entire universe. And Mary belongs to that sect. Mary, in all her love towards Jesus, she went towards Jesus. She went to be with Jesus when he was 12 years old. She went to the temple. She went to wherever he went. And Jesus said, even John writes this in his gospel. In the 2nd chapter, we can see that he's asking, my time has not yet come. Mother, he's not using the word mother there. He's using woman. The very word he's using here, woman. Here is your son. He's not saying mom, here is your son. He's using woman. This is out of pure respect, giving a new relation to her, which shows she is also a carnal being. Even when she asked the greatest miracle when she was in Cana, but Jesus clearly said to cast this off, my time has not yet come. The very thing God is doing on the cross, respecting filial love, respecting, honoring his mother, dearest mother, even though the mother cannot see the pain of her very own son being tormented to death, but still, the widowed mother, the destitute mother, the poor and orphan mother is given a chance. Which means we need to understand there are many people in this world caring for the poor, for the destitute, for the fatherless, for the motherless, and the childless. We see many taking care of the old age homes, and we can use this very own word. Here is your mother. Here is your father. Jesus is giving us an example to live a life like him so that we can respect and say, this is your mother. We can see our mother and our father and our children in all the destitute. May the good Lord help us and guide us.
Shall we all stand and say together, antiphon?